BBC News' Laura Kuenssberg has revealed the horror show reality of the coronavirus impact on the UK economy after the Office for Budget Responsibility (OBR) published its forecast of a financial shrink. The OBR has warned that the coronavirus pandemic could see the UK economy shrink by a record 35% by June. The horror show numbers are based on a scenario where the nationwide lockdown lasts for 3 months, according to BBC political editor Laura Kuenssberg. Ms. Kuenssberg joined the coronavirus newscast to take a closer look at the latest forecast by the UK's tax and spending watchdog. At this difficult time for frontline doctors and nurses, sign up here to show your support now to our brave NHS heroes. She told listeners, "Today the OBR has published what is a very well-informed guess. Still a guess, but a very well-informed one, about what the impact of this pandemic will be on the UK economy. The impact is already being felt very strongly by a lot. They are predicting the economy will shrink by more than third between April and June this year. They are also predicting that 2 million people are likely to lose their jobs." Radio 4 host Ruth Alexander also said, "The OBR is just looking at one scenario where the lockdown lasts 3 months. It's basically saying if the UK's gross domestic products, the value of all the goods and services we produce, will be down by 35%. It expects tax revenues to be down 15%, that's £130 billion. At the same time, it expects government spending to be £88 billion higher than it had previously expected." She continued, "Government spending will be 52% of gross domestic product. That's the highest since 1945. It does make the point that once restrictions are lifted after 3 months, also, they keep talking about how this is a scenario. In other words, this is something that could play out if a certain number of things happened in a certain way. It's not a prediction of this is definitely going to happen." When asked what the Chancellor would have thought of the report, Ms. Kuenssberg told listeners, "Well, I think he probably thought what he said at the press conference today, but maybe he might have used a bit more colourful language. When we asked him questions about it, he said he was deeply troubled by these numbers. So although it is a scenario, it's a big deal because it is an official well-respected body putting numbers on some of the thousands upon thousands of individual cases of hardship that we've already heard. Not just for now, even if the economy does bounce back, it's a huge enormous overdraft that the country's going to have to deal with for a long time. Because, as Ruth was saying, government spending has expanded."